Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of the Generation Y. You're with me, Scott Sunjata Keita. We are talking about the film industry. And with me, of course, my guest today on this episode is the film director of the Nairobi Half-Life. Of course, if you know anything about the Nairobi Half-Life, you should know that it created a lot of buzz and, of course, one of the best Kenyan films ever produced, winning nominations for the Oscar 85th Oscar Award, and of course winning other awards along with that. And with me is Mr. Tosh Gitonga, who is the director. Tosh, karibu sana. Thank you. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, your reputation as the film director of Nairobi Half-Life, of course, it's incredible because the movie, of course, it was quite a good movie, and of course, many people recognize that. But just to get up and personal with you, how did you get into film directing? Did you always want to be a film director as a kid? Is it something you knew you'd become?
First and foremost, I must correct you.
Yeah.
The Oscars, the way the Oscars work is you get a nomination from every country, and outside the United States, then becomes a foreign nomination. So your country is supposed to forward their film of choice. So there's an Oscar Academy board, so to speak, in every country. So they're supposed to sit down and go through all the films coming from that country and decide which one. Nairobi Half-Life was the selection from Kenya for the Oscars nomination, but we never got nominated. The steps.
You were selected.
Yeah. We were the Kenya's choice, but then from there, then they pick a few from across the world. You know, we're talking about 9 entries across the rest of the world.
Wow, that's a lot.
So we didn't make it there then, but we will one day.
But of course, you won a couple of other awards. Of course.
We won a lot of awards. Yeah. Back to your question. I mean, if you look back at your life now and what you've been doing, then you see the signs. You know, I was a very jovial kid. I loved entertaining myself and entertaining people. I remember in primary school, I was in charge of the TV.
Entertainment prefect.
High school, the same stuff. So when you look back, you know, you see that your life actually follows what you were doing subconsciously.
Yeah, they say like it leaves.
Yeah, you know, when I was in Form 4, I was a drama chairman. So it's those things that you never know, but your life is already shaping to what you're going to become. I initially wanted to be a marketer because I'd seen that marketing guys don't sit behind a desk. I never wanted to be behind the desk. So I thought, okay, this will move me from one place to another. This is interacting with people, this is more exciting. So I studied for that. But as fate would have it, after school, you know, you need internship, you need to know, get some sort of work experience. Yeah. So where I landed my internship was at Baraka Studios, which was a Kenyan production house that had just been set up by a famous Jerry Karago producer, but just come back from Hollywood. And she wanted to make Kenyan films. And so I learned, the stars aligned themselves. Just when I finished school, she was just come back, she started this studios and wanting to make films. And so we made the first film, Kenyan film, with Baraka Studios. That was called Dangerous Affairs. And the experience for me was amazing.
Wow.
We were working over 18 hours a day. What? We would be on set at 6. By the time we got finished, it was midnight, going to 2. Following day, you're back. But no one complained. Wow. You know, we never felt the hours. And somehow I knew this is what I was going to do.
You enjoyed it even despite it being heavy on you. Yeah.
So after that, I just started following up, getting on these foreign productions.
So you didn't study for
I didn't study
film
for
directing?
Film. No.
Wow.
No.
You learned on the job?
Yeah, I'm a marketer. If filming was to fail, go looking for a job as a marketer.
Wow.
So, and I've never looked back, you know. So now I have a film under my belt. There's a TV series coming up. I've done many TV commercials, infomercials, documentaries. So that's my life now.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is it that you enjoy about film directing and filmmaking that just keeps you going, even despite the heavy working hours?
I think when I'm asked that question, what comes to mind always is that it's what I have passion for. Is what brings me alive. You know, I ask myself, would I do this for free? Absolutely. You know, to be able to create something out of nothing, to bring a story on paper into life. That for me is what I think.
It's what you live for.
I live for. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What about the craziest, the worst experience that you've ever had as a film director, going through all those scripts, of course, working with the cast? What has been the worst experience you've ever come?
I mean, the worst experience for us is always like, you know what you want, and then for some reason it doesn't come together.
Yeah.
You know, that's the worst feeling. It's the worst experience you can go through as a director, when you know what you want, and sometimes circumstances just, you know, you've planned for something, you know the outcome you want, and on the day it just doesn't come together. You know, no matter how much you push for it. That's one of the worst things that can happen to you as a director. But then you keep pushing on, you know. At the end of the day, you're as good as your last job.
Yeah.
So you have to, you know, move on and, you know, do it again another day.
So did you have like an epiphany, say, of like a certain age you just knew this is what I wanted to do after, of course, leaving campus? What was that main point that you just realized?
I mean, when we did Dangerous Affair, I think I was 20, 21.
Wow.
At that age, you know, you just go with the flow. You know, there's not much responsibility you have. You're staying at home, maybe. And if you're not, it's, you know, when you're by yourself, not like now, I'm a father, there's not much responsibility. So you really go with the flow. You enjoy your life. You enjoy what you're doing. But the more you get better at what you're doing, and the more you enjoy waking up, you know, that's what I always say.
Enjoying waking up.
Yeah, if you get out of bed because you're happy to to do what you're doing, then you're in the right career. If every morning you're like, another day, you know, my advice to you would be like, go find what you want to do. You know, because you need to enjoy, you know, what you're doing if you're going to be good at it.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, other than Nairobi Half-Life, which of course is one of the greatest films you've ever worked on, what other films have you engaged yourself in, and what other films have you directed or even participated in?
I mean, participation before even Nairobi Half-Life, there was a lot of films. First Grade, I was involved.
Wow.
White Masai, which happened here a while back. I think the only film I've not been involved in was The Tomb Raider, and I was still very young then. And the Constant Gardener.
Constant Gardener, that was.
But anything after that, I've pretty much been involved. I have a new project that I'm working on. It's a TV series called The Nairobians. May have seen it. The trailer leaked a few months ago.
It's a series?
Yes, but we are working on it, so it's not going to be released until next year. We're actually co-producing with South African, so we're trying to find ways of getting quality productions and meaningful programs, you know, to the African market, so to speak. We do believe that Africans want this content, but the problem we're facing now is getting the funds to make this kind of films, because they're not cheap.
Yeah, it's quite expensive.
So, as we say, Africa is the next frontier for everyone. It should be so also for film and, you know, the arts and so on.
Exactly.
So we're working towards that. I'm very excited about this new series because it's quite exclusive. It's like it's like the Nairobi Half-Life, but now on steroids. You know, like Nairobi Half-Life was my first film. I was still young. I was still finding my way. But now I'm, you know, I'm more exposed. I'm more experienced. So I intend to, you know, what do you call it?
You're going to bring it.
Yeah, and hit it out of the park. Yeah,
exactly.
So that's a show to look out out for. You know, quality will be top. The actors are extremely talented.
Exactly.
They're very excited. They have a whole year of, you know, just getting ready because we intend to do a lot of action and stuff and do it properly. So all of them are learning how to drive trucks, drive small cars, motorcycles.
Nice.
So it's
it's very engaging, huh?
Yeah, we're pretty much excited about it because it's going to be a show that, you know, Kenya has not seen. So we can't wait.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
You're watching the Generation Y with me, Scott Sinjeta Keita. Feel free to join the conversation on our Facebook page or on our Twitter handle. And of course, keep the conversation going. We'll be right back.